injury to superstar Kevin Durant has the Golden State Warriors holding their breath. The two-time NBA Finals MVP suffered what the Warriors say is a mild right calf strain. It happened during the team's Game 5 victory over the Houston Rockets Wednesday. The Warriors still lead the series 3-2, but will likely be without Durant for at least a week. I want to bring in Bill Reiter. He's host of Reiter's Block on CBS Sports HQ. So, Bill, pretty concerning for the Warriors without Durant, no?
It is an absolute game changer for Golden State, Rena. It is a game changer for the rest of the NBA. And though the Warriors are loaded with talent, and they are, we shouldn't pretend or forget that Steph Curry's a two-time MVP, that Draymond Green's been playing great, that Klay Thompson, by a lot of markers, including my own, is one of the 3 or 4 best shooters in the history of the game. All that said, it is a big blow, if not to the Warriors' chances, certainly to the certainty we felt they were going to be champions again.
When you talk about the certainty, do you think that Durant's injury could actually open the door for the Rockets to win the next 2 games?
So it's interesting. I do, and I think if they don't win the series with Durant out, it speaks to the fact they are never going to beat the Warriors, and we're never going to beat the Warriors. It's an amazing opportunity, but let's call a spade a spade. We have not seen James Harden play at the level he needs to late in games, and I know at the end of that last game, people wanted to talk about the good shots the Rockets got, so it was not a big problem that Harden didn't take that many shots, and I just disagree. At the end of games, big games, playoff games, in the NBA, to say nothing of the door that opens when Durant goes down, your stars, your MVP, literally your MVP, has to be able to bend the game to his will. So, yes, it's a huge opportunity, but we also need to see Harden be Harden in this moment, especially with Durant not available.
It'll be fascinating to watch. I want to turn and ask you, though, about the Boston Celtics as well, who lost their series to the Milwaukee Bucks on Wednesday. Has Kyrie Irving played his last game in Boston at this point?
Not only do I think that's likely, Rena, I think if you're a Celtics fan, it's what you want. I understand the massive talent that Kyrie Irving brings to the game, but if you break it, well, 2 things. If you talk to people in that organization, around that organization, it wasn't a secret even before this collapse in the postseason, coming up short with their expectations, that guys just don't like him in that locker room. And if you dive into the numbers, this is a Celtics team that's markedly better when he didn't play this regular season and postseason than when he did. They were markedly better. They were under 500 when Kyrie took 20 or more shots. They were well over 500 when he took 15 or fewer shots or 10 or fewer shots. I could go on and on and on. The data just suggests this team that made an Eastern Conference Finals Game 7 last year without Kyrie is statistically better and happier, and those things matter when he's not around.
You know, when you look at the Bucks, they've dominated in the last 4 games. Do you think this is really their title to lose?
As a guy from Northeast Iowa originally, not a Milwaukee fan per se, but rooting for that part of the country, I want to believe. They have the best defensive rating in the NBA this year. They have the 4th best offense. They have its best player right now in Giannis Antetokounmpo. Mike Budenholzer, a former coach of the year, will be the coach of the year again. Malcolm Brogdon's back, and he had, 64 games this year, but was in that 50, 40, 90 club over that stretch, which is pretty rarefied air. So all that is to say, Toronto, if it's Toronto who advances or Philly who advances, that's a really good basketball team you'll have to face one way or another in the Eastern Conference. And whether it's Houston or the Warriors or who knows, maybe Denver or Portland, a team doesn't make the finals without being a really big challenge. But today, right now, like in the regular season, the Bucks are the best team on paper and the best team in practice in the NBA. And again, with Durant out, we think out in the finals, we'll see, that road gets a little bit easier if they can make it there.
So we've got 2 Game 7s coming up on Sunday. We've got the Portland Trail Blazers, and we've also got the Denver Nuggets and the Philadelphia 76ers, who will play the Toronto Raptors. Give us a little preview. What do you expect to happen, Bill?
Yeah, the Portland-Denver game, I think, is just going to be an absolute coin toss, right? Like one of these shoulder shrug games, because Jokic has been amazing every single game. He's playing at really a LeBron James level, and just in terms of his impact. Obviously, different player, different game. And the question becomes for Portland 2 things. 1, can Damian Lillard be great? He was last night a part of the reason they won. And 2, can they get some more help from somewhere? I don't know that Rodney Hood's going to score 25 points off the bench again, but they get that kind of help, and Portland can win that series. And Game 7's, the pressure is intense. Denver team is young. So I think it's going to be a close game. I actually kind of like Portland in that game, even though it's on the road. In that Toronto Sixers game, again, it's this question mark. which version of Ben Simmons is going to show up for Philly? Which version of Joel Embiid? Is he going to show up, or is he going to have another one of these mystery illnesses? Is Jimmy Butler going to look like a max player again? Versus whether or not for Toronto, Kawhi Leonard gets the kind of help he needs from Pascal Siakam. Kyle Lowry, be nice if he played like an all-star again. So there's a lot of question marks for my money, and it's very reluctantly. I like Portland out west, and I like Toronto out east, but nothing would surprise me in those two games.
All right, we're going to have to see if you're right. Bill Reiter, thank you so much for joining us, Bill.
You bet.
And by the way, don't forget, you can watch Bill's show, Writer's Block, live from Los Angeles. It's Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, only on CBS Sports HQ.